Okay, so now we're going to talk about what you do once you've got two songs beat matched. That very basic beat match where you get them lined up and then you play one song alongside the other song is all fair and well, but creative DJs think a little bit deeper about it than that. What we look for is parts of songs where things change. Nearly always they change on a one. You get little parts like verses or choruses, crescendos, breakdowns, middle eights, all kinds of parts of songs that exist, and they're all clues to the fact that might be a good part, say in this song, to start this song. And then when this song kicks off or drops, that might be a good part in that song to end the mix by fading out this song. For instance, this song starts and I've got what I'm doing is counting bars, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, bars being sets of 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, and go. That's where the bass line drops, after 8 fours. So if I were playing this song, thinking about mixing that song in, I know my beat match is right because I did that earlier. To save us a bit of time, I'm going to fast forward near the end. And I'm going to wait for a point, then I'm going to start this. In fact, where those strings came in might be perfect. So just for the sakes of the demonstration, I'm still going to do it on a 1, but on the one where the strings came in. 2, 3, 4. This is playing, that's playing. This is doing its bars. I know after 8 bars, it drops to the beat. So if I start fading this out about now, it faded, the bass line started. The tunes aren't especially working well together, but the theory there is what makes sense. You're looking for ways to put songs together that work together. Okay, so little extra treat. This is a little diagram we use at DJ school to show people what we mean about song structure. Dance music, song structure simplified. So really this is the most basic format you might expect. What we're thinking is that time runs along the x-axis here, and excitement in the audience is what we're measuring on the y-axis. Often the intro to a song is pretty boring. Then it builds up, drops into the riff or the hook or the part everyone recognises, has a break, another crescendo or drop to the second part everyone recognises, then an outro. That's a really simplified idea of what a song's built up out of for a lot of modern chart EDM, hip-hop, things like that. So when you think about getting another song with the same format and where you're going to play it over this song, the most obvious and basic mix a lot of people do is to put the intro over the outro. Can't quite see that, but here we go. That's your simplest idea. Intro over outro. What's much more interesting, often, is to think you put the intro under the riff, so no one gets bored by the intro or the outro. They don't really hear the intro. All they hear is at the end of this riff, they're hit slam in the face by that riff, and you've calculated it and beat matched it so that it happens straight away. Often even more exciting than that is put the intro over the break, and instead of playing them that riff, after that drop, you play them the other song's riff. Or obviously even more, riff to riff. But this one, if you're moving like that, doesn't give you very much time in this song to prepare this song. So intro outro mixes for beginners. As you get more advanced, you might bring this song in sooner. You may find that two songs work melodically and rhythmically so well together that you put them directly on top of each other. Often we'd call that a mashup. It's often a chance for a good chance to have a remix. Sometimes bits and pieces, different varieties, different creative ways of putting them together come up. They only happen if you try them and mess about with them and practice a lot. You may find that it's best to do that riff, then that riff, then that riff, then that riff. You may find that you like this, but as you're doing it, you're chopping and changing between the tracks, dropping in different parts, cutting out bass lines, adding effects, and of course sometimes scratching. Because there's lots of different ways you can make your mix sound different to other DJs' mixes, and essentially if it's good and you like it, then that's your character being shown like any performer. Rather than being a computer and playing the same tracks in the same order with the same intro-outro mix, be creative, be interesting, be an individual DJ. You're much more likely to get points in your GCSE or BTEC. You're much more likely to get an audience who are interested in you rather than just willing to go out to a generic club.